Will your ex emotionally open up if they're emotionally closed off to you right now? That is what we're going to be talking about in this video. Please stay tuned through to the end though, because we're going to be talking about some specific strategies that you can follow, and more importantly, why they could be emotionally closed off to you currently. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Hey there, it's Clay with modernlove.life. If your ex is emotionally closed off to you right now after a breakup, first of all, it could be totally normal. It's very normal for someone to be emotionally unavailable, as they say, after a breakup. Most people after a breakup or after any sort of traumatic life experience, including a breakup, breakups can be traumatic. There was a list that I saw once of like the most stressful things that a regular person is likely to go through in their life. And I think it was like number 3 or 4 was like, the end of a divorce or something. It's kind of the same as a breakup, but like a divorce, the end of a marriage or something. Of course there were other things like death of a parent, death of a loved one, loss of a job, etc. But it was up there. It was like a big relationship thing. When someone goes through a traumatic experience like that, they're going to at least be temporarily emotionally unavailable. Now, of course, there's 2 types of emotional unavailability. There's people that are, emotionally available, but then they dip into emotional unavailability due to some sort of traumatic experience like a breakup, and then after they work through it and process their emotions and such, they pop out and are able to go back to being emotionally available again. And then of course there's people that are just sort of consistently emotionally unavailable. They're emotionally unavailable before their relationship with you, they're emotionally unavailable when they're with you, they're emotionally unavailable after you, and they're probably going to be emotionally unavailable moving forward. There are these 2 things to factor in. But if your ex is emotionally closed off to you and the 2 of you just went through a breakup, then hey, it could be either one. You'll have to watch the rest of our series on emotional unavailability to make sure that which type they are and what you're seeing in terms of their behavior that could indicate emotional unavailability. But it's very common for people to be emotionally unavailable after a breakup, so it wouldn't surprise me. But if they are temporarily emotionally unavailable, just due to the heaviness and the intensity of the breakup or other things going on in their life, then, they probably will emotionally open up to you. The thing, though, is whether they're temporarily emotionally unavailable or sort of long-term emotionally unavailable, there's not anything that you can really do too much to change that. Now, of course, how you show up can sometimes cause people to pull back, to put barriers between you and them, etc. And so we want to start by looking at that, right? So like if you're showing up and you're in damage control mode, you're, texting them like way too often, you're begging and pleading, you're apologizing up and down, you're trying to buy them gifts or something to get them to take you back, all the stuff that, we've all done at some point or other. I'm holding my hand up because I've been there, I've done that. If you know my story, you know all the embarrassing details. If you're doing anything like that, that could in many ways be causing the behavior that could be characterized by emotional unavailability. If nothing else, it's not helping. And so we want to clean that up, and we want to get back into a place where you can show up in a calm, even-keeled, stable, balanced, emotionally centered, grounded kind of way. If you can do that, that's great. Then all you have to do is you have to give them the open door that they can step through. Now, one of the first things you're probably going to want to do in this open door thing is what we call a same team conversation. This is going to make it so it's not positioned as you versus them and them versus you. Many times a same team conversation can do that. And then also as well, having good solid communication, building trust, etc. can be a great start for giving them the opportunity to connect with you in a better sort of way. If you need some help with that, we do, of course, have relationship repair over at modernlove.life/RR. R is in relationship, R is in repair. You can find a link for that down below in the description. If it sounds like a good fit for you, hey, sign up. We'd love to have you inside. If not, no worries. You can also support us by just hitting that thumbs up button and subscribing to this YouTube channel as well, too. But if you're able to do that, you're doing what you need to do to set the context for having a great relationship. You're able to set the context for getting them to come forward out of their emotional unavailability, be honest with you, show up 100%, and if it's possible, actually have a great relationship with you. If they're not able to do that because, in spite of the fact that you have worked on how you're showing up, you're not in damage control mode or anything like that, and you've also worked on really, giving them the opportunity to actually have a strong connection with you, same team, communication, all that sort of stuff, and they're not willing to do that, then you have to be real with yourself and say, okay, for better or worse, this is just the wrong time for this person. Maybe they'll have a change of heart at some point, maybe in a little while they'll be able to move past things and have a real decent, meaningful connection with me, but it's just not the right time. And at that point, what I want you to do is I want you to live life for you. Let go of them so that you have the space to focus on you and everything that you need. And, maybe they'll come around, but I don't want you to put your life on pause for someone who's not able to meet you halfway, okay? So if you've made it so far to the end, please drop a comment down below letting me know that you made it to the end and what sort of things in this video have really resonated the most with you. And with that being said, if you do want to learn more about how you can set yourself up for success, please check out modernlove.life/RR to learn more about relationship repair, or please feel free to check out this video series over here on emotional unavailability. Please take care, and I'll talk to you next time.